Here we have the new foldable Pixel phone, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. This is Google's second foldable generation, so what have they improved this time around? I'm Will for GSM Arena, and let's see what the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is all about in our full review. Unlike the first Pixel Fold, this year's model is a full-fledged member of the Pixel 9 family. It's also a nice improvement over its predecessor. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold has bigger and better displays on the inside and outside, a 2 generations newer chipset, upgraded selfie cameras, and new software features. Unlike last year's Pixel, which was more square, the shape of the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is different. It's something like a small book. When folded, you get one straight edge with sharp corners, something like the spine of the book, and the other side has rounded corners. The phone is thinner and lighter this time around. And for materials, you get Gorilla Glass Victus 2 protecting the back of the device and the cover display, and the frame is made of aluminum. There is IPX8 rated ingress protection here. That's good against water, but not dust. The hinge of the phone is supposed to be more durable than before. It will hold itself open at different angles, and doesn't snap closed until the two halves are quite close to one another. Let's go over the displays, starting with the outer one. It's a 6.3-inch OLED panel with a 1080p resolution and a 120Hz refresh rate. This display is fully functional. It supports HDR video, and it feels quite natural to use. We're not fans of the thick bezel though, and the gap between the screen and the hinge seems like some wasted space. The inner display is a folding 8-inch LTPO OLED with a square aspect ratio and a 120Hz refresh rate. It's the largest one we've seen on a foldable phone yet. Because of the aspect ratio, when playing back video content, you typically get black bars eating into that usable space. Still, content looks contrasty and sharp, and the panel supports HDR10+ video. Of course, there's a crease where the screen folds over, but it's quite subtle. Like on this year's other Pixel phones, the brightness here is excellent. In manual mode, the inner screen achieved over 1100 nits maximum, and this could boost to over 2000 nits in auto mode. The cover display is similar and even brighter, achieving over 1200 nits in manual mode and nearly 2200 nits in auto mode. That means that this is one of the best foldables when it comes to visibility outdoors in the sun. Since the cover display is a regular OLED, it will use 120Hz and dial down from that to 60Hz when the phone is idle or showing static content. On the other hand, the inner screen with this LTPO tech has a more sophisticated refresh rate behavior. The panel can dial down to just 1 Hz when not in use, and it'll boost back to 120Hz if something is moving, or if you start interacting with the content on the screen. This ought to save some battery life. For audio, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold has a set of stereo speakers, one on the bottom and one on the top. They have very good loudness, and the sound quality is also good, with pronounced highs and mids, and nice sounding vocals. The power button of the Pixel 9 Pro Fold also acts as a fingerprint reader, and is fast and reliable. By default, you have to actually press the button down to unlock the phone. You can get the Pixel 9 Pro Fold with either 256 or 512 gigs of storage, which isn't expandable via microSD card. And the interface of the phone is Google's clean stock Android experience. Right now you have Android 14 out of the box, and Android 15 is promised to arrive in October. On top of the intrinsic Android features, you also get Pixel-specific AI-based features, just like the rest of the Pixel 9 family. Like on the other recent Pixels, Google guarantees 7 years of software support, so this fold will stay relevant for years to come. And since this is a foldable device, there are some unique features for you to take advantage of. With certain apps or games, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold can split their UI between the two halves of the screen for a unique experience. There's an app dock at the bottom of the unfolded inner screen, which you can hide or pull out. You can also set the dock to be always visible. For split-screen multitasking, drag and drop an app to open it up alongside another that's already open. You can save app pairs into icons on the home screen for quick launch later. And you can launch 2 simultaneous instances of certain apps, such as Google Chrome. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold's multitasking is limited though, in that there's no floating window option and you can only have 2 apps open at once. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold uses the latest Tensor chipset, the Tensor G4. It's the same in-house Google chipset you find within the rest of the Pixel 9 flagships. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold performs smoothly in real-world tasks, but in benchmarks, it doesn't excel when it comes to performance. It falls significantly behind rivals with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset, like the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. The thermal management here isn't great either. We observed heavy throttling during our prolonged stress tests. There's a 4650 mAh battery within the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, and the battery life here is decent. While unfolded, the phone earned an active use score of 11 hours and 54 minutes. And the results were better when folded and using the cover screen, with an active use score of 13 hours and 15 minutes. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold supports 21-watt charging, but doesn't come with a charger in the box. With a compatible charger, we were able to charge the phone from 0 to 46% in half an hour, and a full charge took more than an hour and a half. Nothing too speedy. There's support for wireless charging here as well. And now we have the cameras. On the back, there's a 48 megapixel main camera, a 10.8 megapixel telephoto with 5x zoom, and a 10.5 megapixel ultrawide cam. This is the same camera setup from the previous Pixel Fold, but we do get new selfie cameras this time around. We'll start off with the main cam though. During the day, its photos are decent, but far from impressive. There is detail, but the sharpness could be better. Some shots even look soft. The shots have a bit of extra contrast, and the colors tend to be on the warmer side, lending a cozy vibe. In low light, even with the night mode processing active, we weren't excited with the end results. The scenes are well exposed with plenty of detail in the shadows, but occasionally highlights get clipped. The sharpness could be better, and the performance is inconsistent, with some scenes coming out better than others for no apparent reason. 5x zoomed photos from the telephoto are likable. There's plenty of detail, and the contrast is more subdued than on the main cam, but you again get the warmer colors here. In low light, the 5x telephoto samples are on the soft side, but the dynamic range is fine. The shots from the ultrawide are just okay. They're on the soft side, and the dynamic range is limited. The colors are warm, and the contrast is again boosted. Since the ultrawide camera supports close autofocus, you can take macro close-ups with it. The sharpness and detail are pretty good actually. The ultrawide photos at night are soft and low in detail, but the dynamic range is good for this sort of camera. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold has identical 10 megapixel selfie cameras on the inside and outside screens, but it takes 9 megapixel photos for some reason. The processing renders lively colors and nice skin tones. The shots are quite okay. However, foldable phones like this one have the ability to shoot selfies with the rear cameras as well, using the cover screen as a viewfinder. If you do this and take some selfies with the main cam, you'll get a shallower depth of field and better definition. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold can record videos in up to 4K resolution at 60 FPS. 4K clips from the main cam are rather soft, a trend we also observed within the rest of the Pixel 9 family. At least you get accurate colors, good contrast, and wide dynamic range. Zoomed clips are a bit fuzzy as well, and the rendition matches that of the main cams. And the ultrawide's videos are softer and low in detail. Low light videos from the main cam are not very impressive, mainly due to their softness. Dynamic range is otherwise fine. The electronic video stabilization is excellent too. So that's the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. It's a step in the right direction compared to its predecessor, with its large, bright screens and better chipset. And you get Google's advanced AI and long software support too. However, compared to Samsung's Galaxy Z Fold 6, the Pixel's chipset isn't as powerful, and you don't have stylus support. The Galaxy has better multitasking too, and nicer camera quality. Overall, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold is decent, but for the money, you can find better bang for your buck elsewhere. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're looking for alternatives, you can check out our reviews of the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 and the OnePlus Open. Let us know what you think, and I'll see you on the next one.